So yesterday we were discussing the holy name, the divine sound, how it's manifest in us, how it can is a descending process that can come down to us and take over our consciousness. Divine on the name, the different levels of understanding of the name, the depths of what the name actually means. We discussed Jai.
Mahayogi Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai, Sripad Maharaj ki Jai, Jai. Bhakti Maharaj ki Jai. Talking about what kind of concept you've got in your mind when you're chanting the name. And for example, gives the example here of when Gandhi was so sadly shot. He cried Rama Rama. What was his consciousness at the time of doing that? Sri Maharaj is pointing out that he was thinking of going to a meeting, thinking about plans of national progress and national reconstruction and that sort of thing. So, who really was his consciousness when he had chanted that name. So, there's even higher, deeper understandings or concepts of what the name means. Because then we come to the amazing level of surrender of Raghunath Das Goswami. So we're going to read from that.
Vishaka Devi Dasi.
Jai. Once the Diwan of Bharapur had come on pilgrimage with his family to the holiest of places, Sri Radhakund, the holy lake of Srimati Radharani. He and his family were circumambulating Radhakund. They would fall flat on the ground, offering obeisances, lying down with their arms outstretched. Every time they bowed down in this way, they would mark the spot where their fingertips touched the earth. Then they would slowly rise, step forward to where that spot had been marked, and again fall flat, offering their obeisances with great respect and adoration. And you still, even today, see people do this in Radhakund or Vrindavan. In this way they were circumambulating the entire Radhakund. Upon seeing such intense worship, Paramananda Prabhu, an intimate disciple of our Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, intimated to Prabhu that the Diwan and his family must have great respect for Radharani to circumambulate the Radhakund in such a fashion. At the time, Prabhu said, their angle of vision towards Radhakund and Radharani is different from ours. They recognize and revere Krishna. Because Radharani is Krishna's favourite, they also have some reverence for Radhakund. But our vision is just the opposite. Our concern is with Radharani. And only because she wants Krishna do we have any connection with him. You see? And so the Gaudiya Vaishnavas know only Radharani. They're concerned only with her and her duties, her necessities. They're ready to serve her in all respects and cannot contemplate any service without her. That is the highest achievement of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. That is the special feature of Mahaprabhu's party. And that was announced by Raghunath Das Goswami in his Vilapa Kushamanjali. Asra Brahayar Amrit Sindhu Mahi Katanchit Kalo Maita Gimitaha Kila Sampratam Hi Tram Chit Kripa Mai Vidyasi Naiva Kimme Pranay Rajena Cha Varoru Bakarinapi. This verse is a direct prayer to Radharani. It expresses a particular type of hope which is so sweet and reassuring that it is compared with an unlimited ocean of nectar. He says, there is hope. There is a hope which is sustaining me and nurturing my existence. With that hope I am somehow passing my days, dragging my life through these tedious times. That nectarine ocean of hope is attracting me and keeping me alive. But my patience has reached its end. I cannot endure it any longer. I can't wait anymore. At this moment, if you do not show your grace to me, I am finished. I shall lose my prospect forever. I shall have no desire to continue my life. It will be all useless. Without your grace, I can't stand to live another moment. And Vrindavan, which is even dearer to me than my life itself, I am disgusted with it. It is painful. It is always pinching me. And what to speak of anything else? I am even disgusted with Krishna. It is shameful to utter such words. But I can have no love even for Krishna until you take me within your confidential camp of service. This is the prayer of Raghunath Das. When Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada would begin to explain this verse, his figure would become transformed. He would become full of emotion. His face would become like that of a phantom. Like a ghost, you know what I mean? In this verse, Raghunath Das Goswami, taking an extreme risk, says, "O Radha, if I do not get your favour, I don't want anything. I want you and you alone. To have an independent relationship with anyone else, eliminating you is impossible in my life. You must be first, then others. Without you, we can never even think of a separate relationship with Krishna." Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj has written that without Radharani's company, Krishna is not beautiful. Everything is relative, dependent. A teacher depends on the student, and the student depends on the teacher, on his teacher. Although Krishna is the enjoyer, he is completely dependent on the enjoyed, Srimati Radharani. The two are correlative. One cannot be separated from the other. As the enjoyed, Radharani is absolutely dependent on Krishna, the enjoyer. Radharani says, "My fate is lost forever because I have given myself, I have sold myself to many places. When I heard the flute, I dedicated myself to the song of the flute. When I heard the name of Krishna, I dedicated myself to that sound. And when I saw a beautiful picture of Krishna, I wholly dedicated myself to that picture. So in three places I have sold myself completely, with no possibility of any happiness or peace in my life. If I had dedicated myself to only one thing, there might have been a possibility of peace. But because I've just dedicated myself in three different places, I am hopeless. Seeing the picture of Krishna, I couldn't contain myself. I couldn't but give myself to that beautiful figure. And so I dedicated myself fully. The name of Krishna also purchased me fully, and the sweet sound from the flute that has also drawn me to the extreme of dedication. So how can I hope for peace in my life? It is impossible, my friends." Radharani did not know it at the time, but the source of Krishna's flute, his name and his beauty are one. If she could have seen how all three of these meet together, then it would have been possible for her to have peace of mind. But it is difficult to understand this principle. How is it that the sound of Krishna's flute, the sound of his name, and a picture of his form are non-different from Krishna himself? The answer is idealism. In Hegel's words, ideal realism. The absolute idea is not to be dismissed as an abstract thing. Rather, it is the basis of all existence. Reality is there, but it is ideal realism. And the foundation of reality of Vrindavan is given by Nityananda, Baladev, Nityar Karuna Habe, Braja Radha Krishna Pabe, Dara Nitai Charana Dukani. After Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes the position of Radharani in his Sharanagati, he says, "I want to serve those who have the service of Radharani in their heart. I want to serve the feetest of those whose only wealth is the service of Sri Radha. I don't want to fall before them and take the dust of their holy feet. I want to fall before them and take the dust of their holy feet. If you cannot fix your mind in the service of Radharani, then all your attempts to serve Krishna are useless. If you cannot achieve earnestness in the service of Srimati Radharani, then all your labour for Krishna has gone to hell. We cannot conceive of a sun without heat, nor can we conceive of Godhead without his potency. So also, no conception of Krishna is possible without Srimati Radharani. We can't know any Madhava without Radha. So it is impossible. She is Krishna's other half. In Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's language, predominated moiety. Devotional service as a whole is represented by her, because both the intensity and the comprehensiveness of her service to Krishna are unparalleled. There are so many examples of chaste and pious ladies in the ancient history of the Puranas. Shachi, the faithful wife of Indra, Sati, the wife of Lord Shiva, Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, Satyabhama, Krishna's wife in Dwarka, Rukmini, the principal queen of Krishna in Dwarka, and even the antagonists of Radharani, headed by Chandravali. All of them represent different aspects of Radharani. They all sprang from the main potency which is known as Radha. The name Radha comes from the word Aradhana, one who can serve, who can worship, who can give respect, who really loves Krishna, who can render loving service. All of these other ladies who are famous for their chastity and piety are but partial representations of Radharani. If we note the scriptures and scrutinize the position of those virtuous ladies, we find the source of all their chastity and devotion is Srimati Radharani. She is the fountainhead of devotion. So Bhaktivinoda says, I bow down and take the dust of the holy feet of those who have as their only wealth the service of Radharani. I hanker after nothing else. Whoever knows this and always travels on the path with a sincere heart is most fortunate. See, she is the greatest servitor of Krishna. No one knows how to serve Krishna more expertly than Srimati Radharani. There's no one. And so she has also her servitor camp, led by Lalita. And Rupa Manjari also heads that camp of servitors. So in this way, we can turn through Gurudev, who is the representative of that divine service sentiment. We have to try to capture this. I hope it descends to us, that service. Even though it's so high, we put it on our heads and like worship for that. But it is the ideal that makes one great, not any material possession. One who has the highest ideal is really wealthy. The highest ideal is the most valuable thing we may possess. And less valuable things must be eliminated if we are to concentrate our efforts and save ourselves from useless endeavour. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to show us that highest ideal, the path of divine love. We find divine love of Godhead in its highest intensity in his life and teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. The whole Srimad Bhagavatam is meant to illustrate the high ideal of divine love, which reaches its highest expression in Srimati Radharani. The Srimad Bhagavatam sings very gloriously about the paramour relationship of Radha and Krishna. The Vedas and other Purans are not so expressive about such confidential pastimes. Yet we find a hint of the glories of Radha and Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. And the Goswamis have more fully expressed Radharani's devotion in their writings. In Rupa Goswami's Padyavali we find her saying, "My Lord, people say that I have a bad reputation because of my connection with you. I do not feel any trouble in my heart because of this. My concern is that I could not give myself to you completely. The people in general say that I am illicitly connected with you. But what disturbs me is that I could not really give myself to you. I feel that I am not fit for your service. This is the only trouble within my heart." That's the sentiments of Srimati Radharani. How is that possible? you know. But it's there. And the ecstasy of divine love increases in separation. One day when Krishna was playing with his cowherd boyfriends in the pasturing grounds of Vrindavan, Krishna suddenly felt extreme separation from Radharani. He sent his best friend Subala to Radharani, saying, "Go to my Radha and fetch her. Without her I can't live. Suddenly I have so much desire for her company that I can't stand it anymore. Somehow manage to bring her." Subala said, "How is it possible to bring her in the jungle, in broad daylight?" Krishna told him, "Somehow manage it. Somehow manage it." Subala thought, "What should I do?" Subala was very intimately connected with the family of Radharani's husband. He went to the house of Radharani and told her girlfriends, "Krishna can't tolerate separation from Radharani any longer. He's so eager to meet her that he's going mad. Somehow you have to arrange for them to meet." "How is it possible?" the gopis asked. Subala explained to them that Krishna was nearby in the jungle. They discussed between themselves what to do. Subala was a beautiful boy who resembled Radharani. So Subala took the dress of Radharani, and Radharani wore Subala's cowherd dress. When Radharani was discovered wearing the dress of Subala, she was challenged by her family members. "Subala, what are you doing here?" In the dress of Subala, Radharani said, "A calf is missing and its mother is mooing. So I've come here looking for that calf." So a calf was given to Radharani, and she carried the small calf on her breast to the forest. In this way Radharani was disguised as Subala, while Subala, who had taken the dress of Radharani, remained behind in her room. This is almost incredible, isn't it? It's just amazing pastime. Radharani had been given a hint of where Krishna was hiding near the forest's edge. She went to seek him out at last. When the Radharani saw Krishna, she approached him in the garb of Subala. Krishna was mad. He could not detect that Radharani had come, but mistook her for Subala. He said, "Oh Subala, you have come back without Radharani. Couldn't you bring her?" Radharani began cutting jokes. "No," she said. "It was impossible for me to bring her in the daytime." Krishna said, "Then what am I to do? I can't tolerate my life any longer." Radharani said, "If you say so, I can go to Chandravali and bring her." "No, no, no," Krishna said. "Curd cannot satisfy the thirst for milk. It is not possible." Krishna was faint with disappointment. Then Radharani embraced him, saying, "My Lord, can't you recognize your maidservant? You failed to recognize me." And Krishna was again full of joy. Although the pastimes of Radha and Govinda are mentioned in the scriptures, these are all very high things. They are not ordinarily to be expressed in words, but still sometimes we are forced to speak about them because the high ideal of divine love given in Srimad Bhagavatam is the supreme goal of life. Of course, the scholarship of Shukadev Goswami and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu have helped to a certain extent to establish the dignity of the proposal that love is above knowledge. It was admitted by everyone that Shukadev held the highest attainment of the learned men of knowledge. He was unanimously admitted by the scholars to hold the highest position. Because of this, when Shukadev Goswami came to inaugurate the principle that divine love is above everything else, the scholars had to take notice. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated to the scholars that his intelligence and scholarship excelled everyone's heart. So when he came with the tidings of divine love, then it was easier for the ordinary men to accept it as the highest ideal and try for it. So Vasudev Ghosh says, "Yadi Gaura na hote tabe hoy ki hoite kamane daritam de." If Mahaprabhu had not appeared in this Kali Yuga, then how could we tolerate living? How could we sustain our lives? What he has given, the very gist of life, the very taste, the charm of life, without that we think it is impossible for anyone to live in this world. Such a thing has been discovered by Gauranga. If he had not come, then how could we live? It is impossible to live devoid of such holy and gracious thing as divine love. Without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how could we know that Radharani stands supreme in the world of divine love? We have received all these things from him. Now we think that life is worth living. Otherwise, to live would be suicidal. And serving those who can serve Radharani is the way to approach her vicinity. By serving the servants of the servants, we are assured of success in getting the grace of Krishna. If somehow one can be counted in the group of Srimati Radharani servitors, one's future is assured. Within the group of Radharani servitors, we aspire to be Rupanugas, followers of Sri Rupa. And the followers of Sri Rupa will have great earnestness to look after the order of Sri Rupa, as he does towards Lalita. In this way, through Rupa Goswami, our devotional service is going to the highest plane, and our highest gain is only there. Not even our connection with Radharani or Lalita Dev is the highest goal of life, but our highest aspiration is to serve in the Rupanuga Sampradaya. That means our highest attainment is Sri Rupa's connection. Radha Dasyam has been said to be the highest attainment. Why? The quality and quantity of rasa that Radharani can draw from Krishna can never be found anywhere else. So if you are situated just behind Radharani, you'll be allowed to taste not only the quantity, but the highest quality of rasa. No other person can draw such high rasa from Krishna. The fullest, highest type of quality is drawn from Krishna. He gives himself fully and wholly and deeply. So if you are in Sri Rupa's group, then you can have a taste of that sort of rasa. Inconceivable, actually, to think that this must be possible for us. In Radharani's camp, when Krishna and Radha are enjoying very solitary pastimes in a secluded place, the grown-up Sakis can't venture to enter the room and assist them. The girls, the manjaris, are sent there. The young girls, the manjaris, are sent there. The leader of that young group can enter where both Radha and Govinda are very closely connected, when even the Sakis do not even venture to go for fear of causing some interruption. But Rupa and the manjaris can enter there at that time due to their young age. That sort of rasa that cannot be had even through the Sakis can be had only through the manjaris. Bhaktivinoda Thakur prays to gain admission there. He has such a high quality of aspiration. He says, Rupanuga hoite soe doi. He runs to be enlisted in the group of Rupa, who can grant us that sort of prospect. And Prabhupada Saraswati has described the prerequisite for understanding all these things. Yata yata gora padanara vindeta bhaktam krita punya rasihi tata tatot sarpati hriday akasmat radha padamamboja sudam bursahi. As much as you surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga, you will find yourself safely situated in the service of Radha Govinda. Don't try to approach Radha Govinda directly. If you do, there may be some difficulty, but the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga will take you there safely. In my Sanskrit poem dedicated to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I have explained all these points. Shri Gauranu Matam Svarupa Viditam Rupa Grajendritam Rupa Dahi Pariveshitam Ragu Ganar Aswaditam Sevitam Jivadyar Abhirakshitam Sukha Shiva Pramadi Samanitam Shri Radha Pada Sevanamritam Aho Tad Datum Isho Bhavan. What was sanctioned by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by his descent was intimately known only to Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. It was adored by Sanatana Goswami and served by Rupa Goswami and his followers. Raghunath Das Goswami tasted that wonderful thing fully and enhanced it with his own realization. And Jiva Goswami supported and protected it by quoting the scriptures from different places. The taste of that divine truth is aspired for by Brahma, Shiva and Uddhava, who respect it as the supreme goal of life. What is this wonderful truth? Sri Radha Pada Sevana, that the highest nectar of life is the service of Srimati Radharani. This is most wonderful. O Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you are our master. It is within your power to allow them to bestow their grace upon us. You are in a position to bestow the highest gift ever known to the world upon us all. It is at your disposal, O Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Please be kind to us and grant us your mercy. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our most benevolent Lord, has come to search for his long-lost servants and to give to them the highest ideal of divine love. That's what we should be chanting for. That's the highest understanding we should have when we are chanting the Maha Mantra, when we are singing bhajans, or to have that there, to pray with that little drop of that service will come to us. And so, reading this in my own inept way, you know, I read this book often. It's wonderful. This is such a high Shastra, actually. You cannot read the most intimate Shastras. This for Swarup Damodar, for Ramananda Roy, and the very intimate service. You cannot go near what they discuss. Those things are not for us. But the idea is given here. And to think in your mind, when you think chanting, please give me the service of Radha Krishna, you know, you think of, I have Mahaprabhu, the deity in my mind, in my mind's eye, this deity here, when I chant. Try to think, please give me this drop of this love. Let me serve this.
So what I mean by Mahaprabhu is taking us safely.
Yes.
It's like protecting us from offense and imitation.
Yes, yes. And also Gurudev, you know, please.
Still Mahaprabhu had some strictness and some form.
Yes.
When he was present, and then he had Nityananda Prabhu.
Yes, yes.
And then Guru.
Yes. It's all connected, all related. It's but safely we have to be within Vidyamarga, and we worship that this thing, this Rupanuga, this divine love from within Vidyamarga. Yes. Yes. But we should have that in our mind as our life's goal, the service of Guru, and through Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, Lalita, like this. They will take us there. We can't have, you know, pray for Radharani's service directly. It has to be in a proper way. It's pretty wonderful, actually. And little things will come. Somehow, some service will come. I don't want to comment any more about that because it's such a high subject. You just have to you know, unless anybody wants to say something. No. One thing I can say is how impossible it is, actually. When will it happen? When will it come? I mean, you have to pinch yourself, you know. How is this? Do I get the possibility of the opportunity of some unfathomable happening, you know, the result? We're devotees somehow, we're in this line. How is it possible? It's inconceivable. Hare Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Okay. I think that's all I can say, actually. There won't be anybody can comment, really. It's not wise. Can somebody sing Hare Raya? So they can have the honor. Page 60.
You're very cold. Coming
You can come sit by the heater next time.
Oh, it's on.
Very slightly. Very slightly.
No, I don't play.
Okay. No, it's okay next time.
Yeah.
Krishna Yadavaya Namaha
Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana Nitya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Jai Goshair Gori Charana Vandana Jai Devigdana Shavishta Purana Jai Goshai Chandra Muri Chandra Dasa Sabara Pada Renu Mura Panchagrasa Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Vasa Janame Mura E Abhilasha Jai Goshai Jabe Brajai Kolavasa Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakasha Ananda Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavana Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Majaya Mana Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Koriyasha Harinam Sankirtana Koi Narottama Dasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Gaura Hari Jai Shri Guru Ganga Radha Giri Daju Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Prince Parivakacharya Vashtotara Shata Srimad Bhakti Nilmar Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Prince Parivakacharya Vashtotara Shata Srimad Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Prince Parivakacharya Vashtotara Shata Srimad Bhakti Rakha Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Prince Parivakacharya Vashtotara Shata Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Shri Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Shri Sachidanand Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachara Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Nandi Kota Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Shri Baladevi Bhushan Ki Jai. Shri Vishnu Chakravati Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Shamananda Srinivasacharya Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj Ki Jai. Saprashachi Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saprashachi Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakon Radhakon Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Vignavinishaya Shri Shingadev Ki Jai. Bhakti Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. Ganga Jamuni Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Vishwa Vaishnava Raja Sabha Ki Jai. Akaramat Raja Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai. Tariya Shakamat Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Vishwabhyapi Tariya Shakamat Ki Jai. Shri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai. Shri Dham Navadvip Ki Jai. Vrindavan Purushottam Dham Ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Kund Ki Jai. Shri Sharashiva Gangadarju Ki Jai. Samaveta Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. They go Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Shri. Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev.
Krishna, you're with us on Friday, you said?
Yeah.
Nice.
Somebody know how to switch off the machine?
I'm very tired. That's a good sign.